memory bank on the back of it.
So I've got the Texas
That little
Instruments.
piece. No, this was something that was like this big.
TI-99.
Oh
my God,
this is
actually.
I had one.
Yeah.
No, but this was
That's amazing.
This thing was
The
this big, and you
TI-99,
did the cassette tape with it.
Like
cassette player.
The
Yeah.
Radio Shack, this
Same thing I
TRS-80, and that's one cool thing about the TRS-80 I've got.
Yeah.
It's a Model 1, and I've got the Radio Shack brand
I remember this.
cassette player that went with it. And this was instead of a disk drive, before disk drives.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I've got the disk drive that came out later too. But
This was all pre that.
so you had to try to get your program or your data to load from the cassette, and you'd have to fuck with the volume and the tone settings
Yeah.
And
to get it to work and load it in at 300 baud. That's 300 characters per second.
You have to start it at the right
Which
time.
oh yeah, it took
Oh,
forever to
yeah.
load.
And it would take a very long time to load a small program.
That really was like
Yeah, rudimentary.
square
You know,
blocks that
You're
just
now
cut
talking
a
about
nerve.
cable, which is megabits per second, it's millions of bits per second.
Yeah.
This was 300 bits per second. And that was like basically your disk drive. But that was much faster than having to key the programs in like this. You know, with the binary address in these 4 registers and then the binary value in these. So it was still an improvement. And you did paper tape, didn't you, Adrian?
We did paper tape.
There
We
were
used to
things
take programs and we had a
type the
paper tape
program in
reader.
and it would punch
Punch
holes
the
in
holes,
paper.
yeah.
It was
If
this
you made a
yellow
mistake, you were
paper.
screwed. You start over again.
Right, and you had to
Or you
punch
could
the
try to
whole
splice it.
paper. And and I was the last generation of students at Lehigh University in 1979 that ran our programs through the mainframe on punched cards. And one of the things people used to do, because there was a real kind of mutual sabotage going on, is people would steal each other's cards and throw them up in the air and mix them up, and then you'd have to take your paper punched cards and get them all back in the
When I
right
was
order.
in the
again.
Army at Field Station Berlin,
That's horrible.
the Morse code interceptors, which don't exist, nobody uses Morse code anymore, but there are guys who sat and listened to Russian, Soviet Morse code, and they would type the stuff and it would go onto the punch tape, and so they'd have these buckets of holes, the pieces that had been punched out.
Chads.
And when people were getting out of the Army, and it was their last day, everybody messed with them because they were leaving. And so one of the things you'd do is you'd take code words and stamp them on their face and stuff. And the Marines wouldn't let them leave until they'd scrub these things off, which was horrible. But the other things, they'd tie people up and then like pour soda on them and then dump the holes on them.
Oh,
So they'd be,
it's like tarred and feathered.
yeah, well, it's like they tried to feathered, but with these little teeny microscopic things that were just brutal to get off.
It's like glitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like glitter.
That's awesome.
Yeah,